Let's do it. The Committee on Public Services will come to order. Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll for attendance?
Each member is acknowledging that they are attending the meeting via Zoom and that they are located in Wayne County, Michigan, unless otherwise stated when I call your name. Commissioner Varga,
Present.
Commissioner Palomera,
Here.
Commissioner Kinlock, Commissioner Kinlock,
Present.
Commissioner Haddis has requested an excuse. Commissioner Baydoun,
Here.
Commissioner Dobb has requested an excuse, and Commissioner Marecki has requested an excuse. You have a quorum present.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Next item.
E, Chairman's remarks.
I have none. Next item.
C, approval of June 22nd, 2021 meeting minutes.
So
Move
moved.
approval.
It's
Support.
been moved and supported to approve the minutes from the previous meeting. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say no. Motion carries. Madam Clerk.
D, unfinished business. There is none listed.
Next item.
Item 1, under new business, communication from the Department of Public Services forwarding the May 2021 report of all complaint calls made to 1-888 road crew.
Move to receive and file.
Support.
It's been moved and supported to receive and file. Are there any questions of Ms. Watts or of the department? Hearing none, all those in favor of receiving and file say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, no. Motion carries. Madam Clerk.
Item 2, requesting commission approval of a 3-year contract with the 1-year option to renew with Great Lakes Engineering Group.
Considered read. Any questions on this item?
Move for approval.
Moved by Commissioner Baydoun. Supported
Support.
by Commissioner Kinlock. Any questions or discussions? Hearing none, we'll do a roll call vote. Madam Clerk, call the roll.
Commissioner Varga, Commissioner Varga, am I just not hearing her?
I don't hear her either.
Maybe we lost her.
Let me check and see if she's still on the line. I think we did lose her. I don't see her iPad on here anymore. Oh, she's logging back in right now. We must have lost her for a few seconds. Commissioner Varga, are you back?
Looks like she's muted.
Yeah, I tried to unmute her. Commissioner Varga? It says she's not muted anymore. Is anyone able to call her?
I can call her.
Thank you, Sam. We would move forward, but we have quorum issues. So
Hey, I think I heard her say something just now.
I'm here.
Oh, okay.
okay, your name was called for the vote on the first action item.
Okay, yes. I got booted off from my laptop or my iPad and my iPhone for some reason. I have AT&T. I don't know what's going on.
We're glad you're back on. Madam Clerk, continue the roll call.
Commissioner Palomero,
Yes.
Commissioner Kinlock,
Yes.
Commissioner Baydun,
Yes.
Motion carries. Madam Clerk, next item.
Item 3, requesting commission approval of a 3-year contract with the 1-year option to renew with Great Lakes Engineering Group.
Move for approval.
Moved
Support.
by Commissioner Baydun, supported by Commissioner Varga. Is there any questions or discussion? Clerk will call the roll. Record roll call vote.
Commissioner Varga,
Yes.
Commissioner Palomero,
Yes.
Commissioner Kinlock,
Yes.
Commissioner Baydun,
Yes.
Motion carries. Next item.
Item 4, requesting commission approval of a 3-year contract with the 1-year option to renew with Spalding Decker Associates.
Move for approval.
Support.
Moved by Commissioner Baydun, supported by Commissioner Varga. Are there any questions or discussion? Clerk will call the roll for the vote.
Commissioner Varga,
Yes.
Commissioner Palomero,
Yes.
Commissioner Kinlock,
Yes.
Commissioner Baydun,
Yes.
Motion carries. Next item.
Item 5, requesting commission approval of a 4-year contract with the 1-year option to renew with HNTB Michigan.
Move approval. Kinlock.
Support.
Moved and supported by Commissioners Kinlock and Varga. Is there any questions or discussion? Madam Clerk, call the roll for the vote.
Commissioner Varga,
Yes.
Commissioner Palomero,
Yes.
Commissioner Kinlock,
Yes.
Commissioner Baydun,
Yes.
Motion carries. Madam Clerk.
Item 6, requesting commission approval of a 2-year contract with Florence Cement.
Considered read.
Move approval. Kinlock.
Moved by-
Support.
Moved by Commissioner Kinlock, supported by Commissioner Baydun. Is there any questions or discussion? Hearing none, the clerk will call the roll for the vote.
I hope it includes the clerk.
That would be
This is-
disastrous.
Y'all hear me?
This is really weird.
Madam Clerk, are you there?
Think she's got an unstable connection. Do you want me to go ahead and call the roll?
Commissioner, okay.
Okay, Commissioner Varga,
Yes.
Commissioner Palomera,
Yes.
and Commissioner Kinlock,
Yes.
and Commissioner Baydun.
Yes.
So motion carries.
Thank you, Joe.
Yeah,
Thank you,
thanks.
Mr. Clerk. Nice to know we've got pinch hitters at the ready.
Yeah, so standing on deck. Yes,
With the All-Star game tonight, Joe, you should be there.
Absolutely.
true.
Thanks, Joe.
Okay. Are
Mr.
you sure?
Clerk, Mr. Clerk, next item, please.
Yes, item 7, requesting commission approval of a 2-year contract with Florence Cement Company.
Considered read.
Move for approval.
Support.
Moved by Commissioner Baydun, supported by Commissioner Varga. Is there any questions or discussion on the item? Hearing none, Mr. Clerk, please call the roll for the vote.
Commissioner Varga,
Yes.
Commissioner Palomera,
Yes.
Commissioner Kinlock,
Yes.
and Commissioner Baydun.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. Next item.
Item number 8, and actually Sherelle just texted that she can still move the agenda, but her audio is going in and out. So I guess we'll kind of stay this way for the moment.
Okay.
Item 8, requesting commission approval of a 1-year comparable source purchase order terms and conditions with signs by Cranny.
Mr.
Consider
Chair, Mr. Chair, I move approval of items 8, 9, and 10.
That is a proper motion. Is there support?
Support.
Moved by Commissioner Kinlock, supported by Commissioner Baydoun to move approval of items 8, 9, and 10. Is there any discussion on item number 8? Any discussion on item number 9? Any discussion or questions on item number 10? Hearing none, Mr. Clerk, please call the roll and take the vote.
Commissioner Varga,
Yes.
Commissioner Palomera,
Yes?
Commissioner Kinlock,
Yes.
and Commissioner Baydoun.
Yes.
Motion carries for 8, 9, and 10.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. Next item.
Item number 11, it's an intergovernmental agreement with the city of Livonia for improvements to Bicentennial and Clements Circle parks.
Move for approval.
Support.
Moved by Commissioner Baydoun, supported by Commissioner Varga to approve the item. And at full board, I am fairly certain that Chair Marecki, chair of this committee, would like to be the main maker of the motion. So if we can do that now, that would be great. There is a motion there. It does have support. Any questions or discussion? Mr. Clerk, call the roll.
Commissioner Varga,
Yes.
Commissioner Palomera,
Yes.
Commissioner Kinlock,
Yes.
and Commissioner Baydoun.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. Next item.
Item number 12, requesting commission approval of a 5-year license and use agreement with 3 5-year options to renew with 7 Lands Real Estate.
Considered read. Any questions or discussions?
Move approval.
Moved by Commissioner Varga, supported by
How you doing?
Commissioner Baydoun. Hearing no questions or discussion, Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Varga,
Yes.
Commissioner Palomera,
Yes.
Commissioner Kinlock,
Yes.
and Commissioner Baydoun.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Mr.
Item
Clerk.
number 13, requesting commission approval of a 2-year professional services agreement with 3 1-year options to renew with Van Dyke Horn Public Relations LLC.
Considered read.
Move approval.
Support.
Moved by Commissioner Varga, supported by Commissioner Baydoun to approve the item. Any discussion or questions? Hearing none, Mr. Clerk, call the roll, please.
Commissioner Varga,
Yes.
Commissioner Palomera,
Yes.
Commissioner Kinlock,
Yes.
and Commissioner Baydoun.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk.
Item number 14, requesting commission approval of a contract with the Michigan Department of Transportation for road improvements on West Outer Drive from I-75 to M85 4th Street.
Move approval.
Support.
Moved by Commissioner Varga, supported by Commissioner Baydoun to approve the item. Is there any questions or discussion? Hearing none, Mr. Clerk, call the roll, please.
Commissioner Varga,
Yes, it's my district.
yep. Commissioner Palomera,
Yes.
Commissioner Kinlock,
Yes.
and Commissioner Baydoun.
Yes.
Motion
Thank you.
carries.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk, and we'll make a note that Commissioner Varga be the main maker of that motion at full board, please.
Thank you.
Mr. Clerk.
Item number 15, actually items number 15, 16, 17, and 18 are related, but item 15 is requesting commission approval of a 3-year professional services contract with 1 2-year option to renew with Summit Commercial.
I so
Move
move,
approval.
Mr. Chair.
Moved by Commissioner Kinlock, supported by Commissioner Varga to approve the item. Is there any questions or discussion? Hearing none, Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Varga,
Yes.
Commissioner Palomera,
Yes.
Commissioner Kinlock,
Yes.
and Commissioner Baydun.
Yes.
The motion carries.
Thank you. Mr. Clerk?
Item number 16, requesting commission approval of a 3-year professional services contract with 1 2-year option to renew with CBRE Incorporated for real estate brokerage and other services.
Considered read.
Move approval, Kinlock.
Moved by Commissioner Kinlock, supported by
They
Fargo.
doing?
Varga beat him to the
They
punch,
do.
supported by Commissioner Varga to approve item number 16. Mr. Clerk, call the roll, please.
Commissioner Varga,
Yes.
Commissioner Palomera,
Yes.
Commissioner Kinlock,
Yes.
and Commissioner Baydun.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Mr. Clerk?
Item number 17, requesting commission approval of a 3-year professional services contract with 1 2-year option to renew with Farbman Group.
Move
Considered
for
read.
approval.
Moved by Commissioner Baydun, supported by Commissioner Varga to approve item number 17. Is there any questions or discussion? Hearing none, Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Varga,
Yes.
Commissioner Palomera,
Yes.
Commissioner Kinlock,
Yes.
Commissioner Baydun.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Mr. Clerk?
Item number 18, requesting commission approval of a 3-year professional services contract with 1 2-year option to renew with Plant Moran Cresa LLC.
Mr. Chair, if it pleases you, I'll move approval of items number 18, 19, 18, and 19.
Support.
It's been moved by Commissioner Kinlock, supported by Commissioner Baydun to move approval of items number 18 and 19. Are there any questions on item number 18? Any questions or discussions on item number 19? Hearing none, Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Varga,
Yes.
Commissioner Palomera,
I vote yes on item 19 and abstain on item 18.
okay, abstain on 18, okay. Let's see, Commissioner Kinlock
Yes.
and Commissioner Baydun.
Yes.
The motion carries on items 18 and 19, and now we're going to be switching to the addenda. On item number 20, requesting commission approval of a 3-year contract with a 1-year option to renew with Orchard Hills and McClement Incorporated.
Considered read. Are items 20 and 21 related, Mr. Clerk?
They're the same vendor, but they are not related.
Okay, we'll do them separately.
Move for
Is there a
approval.
motion on item number 20?
Move for approval.
Moved by Commissioner Baydun, supported by
Fargo.
Commissioner Varga to approve item number 20. Is there any questions or discussion? Hearing none, Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Varga,
Yes.
Commissioner Palomera,
Yes.
Commissioner Kinlock,
Yes.
and Commissioner Baydun.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Mr. Clerk?
Item number 20 is requesting commission approval of amendment number 1 to a cooperative purchase agreement with Orchard Hills and McClement, Inc.
If I could just interject real quick, Commissioner Palomera, Chris Albrecht, Policy Analyst
Yes.
for the Commission. Thank you.
Yes.
Item number 21 will need to be approved contingent upon receiving the vendor's unexpired fair employment practices certificate based on the amount of this item, even though the amount's not changing here, but the amount that's being paid overall to the vendor being over $50,000, and being a private sector business, non-governmental, the vendor has to provide this fair employment practices certificate. It is currently expired, and so if the committee approves it contingent upon, the policy department will send it back to the administration to get that certificate updated prior to full board. And if that goes through, the commission could then approve the item at full board with that certificate intact.
Thank you, Chris. And the maker of the motion, I'm sure, will include what you just described.
I will
Make-
make a motion contingent upon the contractor or the vendor providing the proper documentations.
Support.
It's been moved by Commissioner Baydoun, supported by Commissioner Varga, to approve the item contingent on receiving the proper documentation as outlined by the clerk.
Yes.
Is there any questions or discussion? Hearing none, Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Varga,
Yes.
Commissioner Palomera,
Yes?
Commissioner Kinlock,
Yes.
and Commissioner Baydoun.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Mr. Clerk?
And now onto item 22, requesting commission approval of a contract with the Michigan Department of Transportation.
Move approval.
Support.
Moved by Commissioner Varga, supported by Commissioner Baydoun, to approve item number 22. Is there any questions or discussion? Hearing none, Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Varga,
Yes.
Commissioner Palomera,
Yes?
Commissioner Kinlock,
Yes.
and Commissioner Baydoun.
Yes.
The motion carries. And now we return to the agenda for such other matters as may be properly submitted before the committee.
Any other matters properly before the committee or anybody in Public Services Department have any other matters that this committee should be aware of at this time? Hearing none, Mr. Clerk, next item.
Next item is public comments.
Do we have any emails or other communications regarding public comment, Mr. Clerk?
There's nothing in the chat. I don't know. I mean, Pam and Sherelle, do we have any emails?
No emails were received.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. and Ms. Clerk. Anyone from the public care to comment this morning? Anyone from the public? Hearing none, Mr. Clerk, next item.
Adjournment.
Move to adjourn.
Moved by
Support.
Commissioner Vargas, supported by Commissioner Baydoun to adjourn. And all things considered, it went relatively smoothly this morning, other than losing a couple connections. So I'm glad after not chairing a meeting for a while, it went as well as it did.
Well
Thank
done,
you,
Mr. Chair.
Thank you,
Well done, Mr.
everybody.
Chair.
Thank you. Well done, Joey.
Yeah, right. Not too many problems. Thanks, everybody. This meeting is
Thank
now
you.
adjourned. Have a
See you
good
at
week.
noon.